Did you know that millions of people over the age of 60 are navigating their lives with clogged arteries and have no idea? In the world of medicine, it has a chilling name: the silent condition. It rarely shows symptoms until the moment it strikes. A sudden stroke, an unexpected heart attack, a creeping memory loss, or that heavy, unsettling numbness in the legs and arms. But what if I told you that one simple meal, prepared in minutes in your own kitchen, could help your arteries stay clearer and your blood flow more freely? Would you be curious to try it? This video is important because the food you choose each evening can be the most powerful medicine for your heart and brain. Yes, pills can help, but science has shown time and again that our lifestyle is what truly sculpts our long-term health. Imagine sitting down to dinner, knowing that the very plate in front of you is working like a natural prescription. Doesn't that sound worth exploring? Before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered if your daily meals are quietly protecting your arteries or slowly harming them? And if you could discover a recipe that acts like a gentle key, helping to open those vital pathways, would you be curious enough to try it this week? Comment with a 1 if you're intrigued, or a 0 if you feel that food can't really make that kind of difference. We read and respond to every single comment, because your story matters to us. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe to Health 365 so you never miss the simple, science-backed tips that could help you and your loved ones enjoy more vibrant, healthy years. Most of us picture our arteries as strong, wide highways where blood flows without effort. But as we age, those highways can begin to collect debris, tiny bits of cholesterol, calcium, and inflammatory cells that pile up, creating the ultimate traffic jam. This process is called atherosclerosis. What makes it so dangerous is that in the beginning, it doesn't hurt. There are no warning bells, no flashing lights. Instead, the arteries narrow, millimeter by millimeter, until one day a clot forms and brings everything to a sudden halt. That is the moment a stroke or a heart attack occurs. According to the American Heart Association, nearly 70% of adults over 60 have some degree of arterial plaque, even if they feel perfectly fine. It's like living in a house with a hidden crack in the foundation. You don't see the damage until it's almost too late. Let me tell you about George, a retired mailman from Ohio, who came to my clinic at age 68. George was proud of staying active, walking his dog every single day. But he loved his fried foods and rarely ate vegetables. Because he wasn't overweight, he assumed he was safe. Then one morning, while tying his shoes, he was hit by a wave of dizziness and his vision blurred. In the emergency room, doctors discovered that 2 of his major arteries were more than 50% blocked. George was in shock. He'd never once had chest pain. His story shows us exactly why clogged arteries are called the silent killer. The good news is, medication is not the only answer. Science shows that lifestyle changes, especially our diet, can slow, stop, and in some cases even slightly reverse the buildup of plaque. Harvard researchers found that people who adopted heart-friendly eating patterns reduced their risk of a major cardiovascular event by up to 30%. Think about that. A 30% lower chance of ending up in an intensive care unit simply by changing what's on your plate. So, what can you do, starting today? You can start by swapping just one meal. Instead of bacon and fries, try grilled fish with leafy greens. Instead of a creamy dressing, drizzle your salad with olive oil. These simple shifts reduce the inflammation inside your arteries, giving your body a chance to heal. You don't need to become perfect overnight. It's about one better choice at a time. And here's the exciting part. In a moment, I'm going to reveal a meal that nutrition scientists have called a natural artery opener. You might be surprised by just how delicious and simple it is to make. Stay with me, because this could be the turning point for your heart health. Now, let's get to the part that often surprises people. When I talk about clearing arteries, most expect me to mention a new pill, a fancy supplement, or an expensive treatment. But what I want to share is far simpler and infinitely more delicious. It's a traditional Mediterranean salad, built from ingredients you can find in any grocery store. Salmon, leafy greens like spinach or kale, ripe tomatoes, olive oil, and a sprinkle of walnuts. Nothing exotic, nothing complicated. And yet, each ingredient has been scientifically proven to work like nature's own medicine for your arteries. Let's break it down. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are brilliant at reducing inflammation. Think of inflammation as the spark that makes cholesterol stick to your artery walls. By calming that fire, salmon helps prevent new plaques from forming. Leafy greens, like spinach or kale, are loaded with natural nitrates. Inside your body, these nitrates convert into nitric oxide, a tiny gas molecule that essentially tells your blood vessels to relax and open wider. Imagine your arteries breathing a sigh of relief as blood flows more smoothly. Tomatoes bring in antioxidants like lycopene, which not only give the salad a beautiful color, but also protect the delicate lining of your arteries from daily wear and tear. Olive oil, especially the extra virgin kind, carries polyphenols that act like tiny shields, guarding against the oxidation of cholesterol, the very first step in plaque buildup. And walnuts? They are little powerhouses of omega-3s and vitamin E, both of which are champions for heart and brain health. Now, you might be wondering, does putting all of these foods together really make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes. A landmark study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 7,000 people at high risk for heart disease. Those who ate a Mediterranean-style diet, rich in these exact foods, lowered their risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from cardiovascular causes by about 30% compared to those on a standard low-fat diet. That is not a small number. That is life-changing. 30% fewer families facing emergency calls in the middle of the night. 30% fewer hospital stays. 30% more birthdays celebrated. I remember counseling a patient named Linda, a 64-year-old from Arizona. She was skeptical about the power of food. "Doctor, I've eaten salads before," she laughed, "but my arteries didn't magically clear up." At the time, her cholesterol was climbing, and she often felt tired during her daily walks. We worked together to create a version of this Mediterranean salad she would actually enjoy. Grilled salmon instead of fried chicken. Spinach instead of iceberg lettuce. A drizzle of olive oil with lemon instead of bottled ranch dressing. Within 6 months, Linda not only lost 15 pounds, but also reported having more energy and sleeping better. Her follow-up tests showed improved cholesterol levels and healthier blood pressure. "I didn't believe it at first," she told me. "But now, this salad is my favorite dinner." The beauty of this meal lies not just in the science, but in its simplicity. It doesn't require strict calorie counting or measuring every bite. Instead, it's about adding more of the good stuff. Think of it as inviting nutritional heroes onto your plate. And once you taste the rich flavor of salmon paired with the crunch of walnuts and the brightness of tomatoes, you won't feel like you're on a diet. You'll feel like you're indulging in something deeply satisfying and nourishing. And here's a twist that shocks many. The long-term impact of consistently eating heart-healthy meals like this has been compared by researchers to one of the most dramatic lifestyle changes you can make: quitting smoking. That's right. Isn't it amazing to think that your dinner plate could rival such a powerful shift? So the next time you feel overwhelmed by health advice, remember that healing doesn't always come in a pill bottle. Sometimes it comes on a fork, one delicious bite at a time. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly how easy it is to prepare this artery-friendly meal at home. No chef skills required. When people hear about a heart-healthy meal, they often picture something complicated, tasteless, or time-consuming. But the beauty of this Mediterranean salad is that it can be ready in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. You need about 10 minutes, a few fresh ingredients, and the willingness to give your heart the same care you would a dear friend. Start with the salmon. Choose a fillet about the size of your hand. Brush it lightly with olive oil, sprinkle with a little salt and pepper, and either grill it or pan-sear it on medium heat for just a few minutes on each side. The key is not to overcook it. You want it to stay moist and tender, so every bite feels rich and satisfying. While the salmon is cooking, take a large bowl and add your leafy greens. Spinach or kale are excellent, but you can start with romaine or a spring mix. Rinse them well, pat them dry, and let them form a lush base for your dish. Next, add a handful of cherry tomatoes, sliced in half to release their juices. Scatter a few crushed walnuts on top for that wonderful crunch and richness. Then, drizzle with extra virgin olive oil and squeeze fresh lemon juice over everything. The lemon not only brightens the flavor, but also helps your body absorb the nutrients in the vegetables. By now, your salmon should be ready. Place it gently on top of the salad, and there you have it. A complete, gourmet-quality meal that took only minutes to create. Let me share a story about Tom, a 70-year-old retired firefighter from Michigan. He once told me he thought healthy food meant bland boiled chicken and steamed broccoli. He resisted every suggestion until his daughter showed him just how easy this salad was. She timed it on her phone. 10 minutes, from start to finish. Tom was amazed. "Doctor," he told me at his next visit, "I've made that salad 3 times this week, and I actually look forward to dinner." Within 2 months, his blood pressure readings had improved, and for the first time in years, he felt lighter after meals instead of weighed down. What makes this approach so sustainable is its flexibility. You can prepare the salmon in bulk on a Sunday to have ready for quick meals during the week. You can swap walnuts for almonds, or add other colorful vegetables like bell peppers or cucumbers. This recipe is designed to fit into a real, busy life. And here's something encouraging. Researchers have found that people who prepare meals at home at least 5 times a week have significantly lower risks of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. The simple act of cooking at home is a powerful form of medicine. So, the next time you think about your heart, don't picture a strict diet. Picture this: a colorful plate, fresh flavors, and a meal you can make in minutes that nourishes your arteries from the inside out. It's one thing to hear that a meal is good for you, but it's another to see the hard science behind it. The Mediterranean salad I've described isn't just a trend, it's backed by decades of research. That landmark study in the New England Journal of Medicine proved that a diet rich in olive oil, nuts, fish, and vegetables could reduce the risk of a major cardiovascular event by about 30%. That's not a coincidence. That is proof. Another powerful piece of evidence comes from the journal Circulation. Scientists discovered that omega-3s from fish like salmon don't just lower triglycerides, they actually stabilize the plaques inside arteries, making them less likely to rupture and trigger a deadly clot. They help calm the danger. Leafy greens also play a unique role. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that people who consumed nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach had improved production of nitric oxide, that molecule that signals your arteries to relax, reducing blood pressure and improving blood flow. In fact, regular consumption was linked to measurable improvements in vascular function within just a few weeks. Let me tell you about Harold, a 73-year-old from North Carolina. He had been on cholesterol medication for years, but still struggled with fatigue. His wife encouraged him to try the Mediterranean salad 3 times a week. "Doc, a salad isn't going to fix my arteries," he told me, skeptically. But after 3 months, Harold noticed something remarkable. He could mow the entire lawn without stopping to rest. His blood pressure dropped, and his cholesterol improved enough for his doctor to adjust his medication. Harold looked at me and said, "I feel like I got 10 years back." Even humble olive oil has impressive scientific backing. Studies have shown that its polyphenols act like tiny shields, protecting artery walls from damage. And walnuts? A trial demonstrated that eating just a handful a day improved cholesterol levels and reduced markers of artery stiffness in older adults. When you put all of this together, you don't just have a meal. You have a scientifically proven tool to fight back against the silent buildup of plaque. You have food that acts like a prescription written by nature itself. And these changes don't take decades to appear. Some studies show measurable improvements in as little as 12 weeks. So the next time someone tells you it's too late to change, remember Harold. Remember the research. And remember this salad. Because what you put on your plate tonight could be the very reason you're still dancing, laughing, and enjoying life years down the road. Today, you've seen how something as simple as a Mediterranean salad can act as natural medicine for your arteries. Salmon, greens, olive oil, tomatoes, and walnuts. Together they create a meal that science shows can protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and keep your blood flowing smoothly. Remember, it's not about one magic dish. It's about choosing, again and again, to give your body what it needs to heal. Every plate is a chance to open the door to better health. So let me ask you, have you ever tried a salad like this before? Comment with a 1 for yes, or a 0 if not yet. I would love to hear your story. And if this inspired you, please subscribe to Health 365. Give this video a like, and join us for more simple, powerful ways to protect your heart. Your future self will thank you.